Okay, let's talk about Battle Frenzy, otherwise known as Bloodshot for the Sega Mega Drive. While it came out the same year as Zero Tolerance, it never received a release outside of Europe. There's a Mega CD version, though it's nothing special. Aside from the enhanced soundtrack, it's the same game. The story takes place in 2049. Aliens are looking to invade our world or die trying. The Earth Federation Command sends a cybernetically enhanced soldier to board their flagship and destroy it before these bastards reach the big blue marble. It's not that dissimilar from Zero Tolerance in terms of narrative, though its imagery is striking. Looks like it could have been a wicked comic at one point. As an elite Starfleet Marine, you gotta board the ship and destroy these plasma nodes on each deck, of which there are 12. Once you destroy the node, you're given 80 seconds to make your way back to the main elevator before the level's vaporized. Of course, you gotta shoot robotic soldiers and alien creatures while collecting keys that unlock chambers later in the level. Let's discuss the presentation for a moment. At first glance, you may think it's a great improvement over Zero Tolerance. The border doesn't obstruct the player's view so much, which is a huge plus. Enemy sprites and animation look smoother and more detailed. Explosions certainly look better. However, I feel this all came at some cost. First of all, there's only 12 levels, and they're nowhere near as large as those found in Zero Tolerance. In addition, many levels look the same aside from a palette swap. I'm like, hey, it looks like the last 3 levels, but more red. I guess that makes sense. It's a battleship full of robots. I don't see many instances where they're gonna congregate and criticize the decor.
Have you seen Deck 5? My god, yes, that shade of red completely wrecks my infrared. I know, right?
On top of that, there's no music except for the title screen. I can see how the Mega CD release may be more appealing now. All you hear is the ever-present drone of the ship, doors opening and closing, gunfire, and death cries. Oh, and the alarm whenever you destroy the node. Imagine listening to this for 80 seconds while the screen flashes. I feel as if I'm being brainwashed. That or I just found someone on the bride's hit list. Obviously, Battle Frenzy has its pros and cons. One thing I can certainly forgive is the lack of levels. It doesn't overstay its welcome like Zero Tolerance, and the objective is more exciting than simply wiping out all the enemies. But that alarm has to go. As for gameplay, it's a lot like Wolfenstein 3D with its level design and having to hunt down keys. There's even hidden rooms that don't appear on the map, and again, like Wolfenstein, they aren't easy to spot. You'll find health and weapons as well as more enemies. Speaking of enemies, I noticed that whenever I dust one of these bolt boxes, a light appears on my HUD. There's 3 in all next to a graphic. So long as I don't get hit, it will light up until... Blasting robots isn't quite as enjoyable as shooting Nazis, but that has more to do with control. Response time is adequate, though movement's a little stiff. This makes my next complaint far more damning. You can't ride the walls here. Like Quarantine on 3DO, walls work like super glue. This is problematic when trying to avoid enemy fire or these mines. Yeah, there's mines scattered throughout, and they're a pain in the ass. Sometimes it seems as though I can shoot them, but it doesn't always work. What am I doing wrong? So we have sticky walls and mines. I can't see this hurting my timed run back to the elevator in the slightest. I swear, this time limit is complete bullshit. Not that it's totally impossible or anything, though these levels only grow longer with narrow corridors and even more chamber doors. When you add mines and Velcro-lined panels, this sprint will kill you more often than the fucking robots. When you die, it puts you back at the node and restarts the timer. How generous. You get 3 credits with 3 lives per, no save battery or password system. There is a level select code at least, so you can cheat if necessary. If you're trying to beat this one fair and square, you best expect an uphill battle. Honestly, I'm tempted. I just gotta hone my skills and better familiarize myself with the layout. The action is entertaining, the weapons are cool, and the art style is very appealing. I've noticed that most players can't maintain their interest beyond the first level. That may explain the lack of a proper walkthrough online, unlike Zero Tolerance. Personally, I feel Battle Frenzy is a better game. It may not handle as well, though I found it more engaging, in spite of its flaws. One last thing I'll mention is that Battle Frenzy does have a 2-player split screen option. It's pure deathmatch with 3 arenas to choose from. No bots or keys to pick up here, gang, just killing.
Thank you.